How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
You're looking fine, actually.
Thank you very much.
You look quite a happy person, but if I'm led to believe all the press, I would have thought you'd have been the most depressed person in the world. And
no, I thought that was the thing, that I am happy, but I shouldn't be.
I thought, I was expecting you to have a box full of sleeping pills at the ready or something like that. But I was very surprised. Last time you were in with Tanya was I think you were promoting the Real Ramona, weren't you? And apparently you already knew that you were going to split and everything then, didn't you?
We just sat here and lied our asses off.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? But it was a big shock when you split, because you just seemed, you seemed quite happy and everything seemed okay. Are you still big friends?
Oh yeah, definitely, very much so. And it's still kind of us against the world. It's just that we're in two different bands, and that's a good thing. I mean, it's good that there's another songwriter in the world. Songwriting wasn't her thing at all, and she started writing these songs that I didn't think were Throwing Muses songs. And at the time, she had no other place to put them, and that was the only real friction, and it was more just confusion than anyone fighting. It was just like, well, what does this mean? And when we realized that we could just dissolve what Throwing Muses was, because I wasn't really there either. I was just not only psychotic, but emotionally removed, which was really the key to what the band was my emotions. And with that gone, it was just this chaos of business mess, and we just wanted it to stop. But it cleared the way for a very clean band, musically and business-wise.
And what about what do you make of Belly?
Well, we've both been working at the same time. I've seen them live once, but that was in our hometown in a tiny little bar with a bunch of drunk Newporters around and a bad sound system, so I wouldn't want to judge them on that set.
No.
And they were terrified. And she gave me their demos, and they sounded nice, but I haven't really heard any of their recordings or anything, so I'm sure they're great. They're all friends of mine.
They are good. I'll give you one of the recordings before you go.
Oh, thank you.
And you're going to sing a couple of songs. Can you sing us a song now?
I'll sing you a song now.
That's great, isn't it? Doesn't it feel weird just kind of singing like this now?
I'm getting used to it. It's probably weird, yeah.
What are you going to sing us?
Firepile.
Good on ya. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Taken
probably weirder for you than for me.
Yeah, it probably is. Did you choose that track as a single, or was it the record company that chose to bring that one out?
Well, last record, they picked a single without saying anything to us, and just sent only that song from our record everywhere. And we got really pissed off and called up and complained, and I ended up having a couple of really big fights saying, well, this is not representative, this is why, and at least for the first single, will you let us put out something that's representative of the band, and if you want to blow it out later, do that, blah, 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 blah. And I developed a reputation at the company after that. So this time when they suggested a single, and I said, well, no, I was thinking of Firepile. They were like, oh, yeah, well, Firepile, of course, okay. But this wouldn't be 4AD, this is our American company. So.
You worked with Bob Mole, didn't you, on the on a track? Did Dio, didn't he? Yeah, you're a big fan of his.
Yeah.
Do you like his new album?
I actually
not heard that either.
Well, no. I heard it when he was in the studio. They had just finished that day. He was real blitzed. He showed up in the studio and brought the only tape he had and made copies of it while we were, in our studio. And we just coveted the tape so. I mean, we were almost to the point of asking our engineer to sneak a deck underneath so that we could record at the same time. But that's the only time I've heard them through. And he actually has 2 records. Nobody knows this. And the first one he put out is Copper Blue, and the second one they're just waiting to put out later, and it's much scarier and more his heartfelt stuff, like the harsher workbook stuff.
Was you pleased with Dio? What?
Was I?
Yeah.
Very much so, yeah. He was so good on it, I had to recut my vocals so he wouldn't show me up on my own record.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's very good at turning on what he does.
At least you're honest. Well, do you enjoy...
At least.
Yeah, if nothing else. I didn't mean it like that. Do you like being in England? Do you enjoy England?
I do. I never did. No offense. But I think that was just because of me. I was a scary person, and it was scary for me to be around people, and I was worried about how I might act, and I wasn't very good at... I had these 2 worlds going on, and I could see both of them at the same time, and my torture was that I knew if I brought this whatever world into the real world that everybody would know I was crazy. It would have been great if I was like any other crazy person and I would just, blather like an idiot and they'd think, oh, well, she's crazy and that's that, and I wouldn't care. But here I was just caring and trying to keep the world separate. And it was nerve-wracking for me to never be alone, always be in public and have people look at me. And in this country in particular, where we have a history and I can be recognized on the street and stuff, it was very nerve-wracking, and plus the fact that I lose about 20 pounds whenever I come. But this time it's been great. The promo tour and everything, we're having a blast. We love it here. And our bass player Bernard has never been here before, so it's fun to see it through his eyes.
Does he like it?
He loves it. Yeah, he went to his first chippy, is that what it's called?
Yeah, chippy, yeah. There's some good chippies round here,
Really?
Oh, yeah, you'll have to call on your way out. There's a chippy right down at the bottom, that's a good chippy. But anyway, when English bands are in and they're talking about going to America or whatever, they say it's very much like they see it on the telly, and it's almost unreal when they go over there and they see these yellow cabs and everything, and it's like they watch telly. Is it any way like that when you come to England?
Oh, definitely.
You expect,
we kept thinking, because all we know about England really is Monty Python and Masterpiece Theater, which is this, so there's this polarity there, like we figure it's somehow just a perfect blend of those 2 things, and so we expect people to be that straight and tea drinking and everything, and at the same time just have their heads blowing apart.
But, but we do drink a lot of tea. You've just had a cup of my tea. What are your reaction to it?
That was very impressive. It was mainly the cup, though. I've been looking for those forever. Last tour, this is really boring. You might want to edit this out. I'd been looking for coffee mugs just like that, and we finally found some in France. I'd been teaching my husband to speak French, and he did the whole thing, asked her how much they were, and she started kind of talking, speaking a lot of French to him, and he just kind of nodded through, but he did. He was really proud, and we had been saving our PDs, our per diems, from our, we'd just been married and everything. We didn't have any money, and got these perfect coffee cups. And the next day, the roadie was like holding the bag out, just smashed all over the sidewalk. Never saw them again.
Nightmare. I'll see if I can sneak you one of them cups in your bag on your way out. Anyway, don't say it. Hey, good. Can you give us another song?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, good. Any'll do. Cheers, thanks a lot. Hey, and I quote here, you've been through a mind-boggling series of traumas, illness, litigation, child custody battles, and band splits. Is that all that behind you now, do you reckon? Are you happy now?
Very, very happy.
Oh,
yeah, pretty much all the bad stuff that happened just cleared the way for a lot of good stuff. I mean, as goofy as that sounds, it turned out to be true. My family went through a lot of really hard stuff, and we're so happy. I didn't think I'd ever be a married person. I didn't know what marriage meant, but now it means a lot to me, and we have a beautiful baby, and the band is tighter and more beautiful than it's ever been. It all makes me happy, and it all that garbage makes me just very thankful for what we do have. You were saying before that when you came over the first time that you were these two separate people. Yeah. Which one are you now? Out of the two. I'm just right in the middle.
A combination.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whatever gave me the idea that the real me was good, and then there was someone else evil that was the invader. You know, that in itself is a bizarre idea. I'm just kind of sitting in the middle. The only dichotomy is that the person with the name lives a life, and the person without a name writes songs, and they have, you know, leeway in their own territories, but they don't touch each other.
Do you think it's a strange job to have for a married lady with a baby?
No, I think it's very appropriate. I see the songs and my children as very similar, because they're so physical that they're spiritual. It's my job to take care of them, and they came out of me, but I'm not responsible. You know, they're just beautiful because of what they are. And if
where did you meet your hubby? I mean, was he your manager before your husband, or
yeah, kinda, yeah. He was working with our ex-manager, and then when we split, we all went with Billy. But I think by that time we were kind of a couple. We didn't get married for a while, though.
Right. Are you dead pleased with Red Heaven? It's a good album, isn't it?
I love this record.
How do you think it differs from the others, from your other albums?
Well, for me, it was very organic to make. It was everything that we wanted it to be, just because it came right out of our heads. We didn't have time to sit around and make up lies about it. We just did what we thought sounded great. And because we produced it, we just broke a lot of rules. You know, we did things that you're not really allowed to do, like turn everything up. But it sounds great. It sounds like a band that we wanted, a record we wanted to make when we were teenagers, you know.
Do you have more control over it now than you used to do? Did you have more control in this album than you ever have done before?
We've never had the evil producer thing, really. You know, it's always been a co-production deal, but every time you have an idea that you have to filter through other people's heads, you have to have reasons for your idea, and usually those reasons have to follow some kind of pop construct, which for us means watering them down, saying, well, this provides this, blah, 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 instead of us just going into the studio and playing it and seeing if it helps the song tell the truth or not.
What's the main reason you do what you do? And I'm making it sound like I think you shouldn't be doing this, aren't I, really? But I don't. I mean, what's the main reason you keep on doing what you do? Is it to vent your feelings, or what?
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not my feelings. I mean, if my feelings come into it, it's when they help make the picture right for the song. But I don't feel like it's cathartic any more than when I listen to another band that I like is cathartic for me. You know, I feel like more of a vehicle for it, and I can hear something, and I sense something, and I give it a sound. Other people might give it a different kind of body, and I just give it a sound. It doesn't feel like it's my doing.
Strange. Anyway, I'm glad you came in, and I'm glad you're happy now and everything. Best of luck in the future. Can you play us out with a song?
Oh, I'll do a song.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, yeah, you're a good one. Thanks a lot, Kristin.
Thank you.